Hi, this is another installment of Ask Augustin, my masterclass series. And today I was going to talk a little bit about vibrato. I think that too often people think of vibrato as something you just switch on or off, but it actually has so many nuances and gradations. And I think it's important to always think in each passage that you play what kind of vibrato is right for that passage and what sort of shape should the vibrato have. One very useful thing to work on is to be able to let the vibrato bloom during a note. That rather than just starting a note already with vibrato going from the very start, to practice starting from almost nothing and letting the vibrato grow gradually. Which is something that in lyrical playing, and whenever you want it to sound like a voice, that's very important. The same thing applies to phrasing, that when you think about the kind of shape of phrase that you want, that you make the vibrato follow that shape as well, so that the vibrato getting bigger and more intense, or smaller and less intense, goes along with the shapes that you're creating with your bow and doesn't go against that, kind of cancelling it out. So one example of that might be the first entrance of the solo violin in the Fifth Mozart Concerto, where oftentimes when you play it, your left hand always wants to vibrate this note a lot because it's on the third finger, and then this note, which should be more intense, gets less vibrato because it's on the fourth finger. The fourth finger never wants to vibrate. So this is a phrase where it's really useful to think about the kind of shape you want. So I usually try starting with very, very little vibrato, and then a little more, and then more. What happens harmonically is that on that G, this is the dissonance that resolves. So this, for me, this is the most intense note. And I make sure that I don't vibrate too much on the last one, because my hand wants to do, and then suddenly I've actually cancelled out the phrase that I was trying to do with my right arm. And it continues similarly. So here, that's a suspension. You know, it's a dissonance that resolves. And the hand always wants to do, but it's important that the A is vibrated more than the G sharp. So and then here there's a kind of surprise. That it goes into this harmony, which we totally don't expect. And there's a long crescendo, and then a arrival point there. So again, I try to gradually grow the vibrato as I'm growing the sound. And this is something that whenever you want it to sound singing like a voice, like a great singer who's singing, you know, like a Schubert lied or something like that, this is very useful to think about and work on. I hope you enjoyed this installment, and stay tuned for the next one. See you later.